Good morning, everybody. Thanks so much for being here, or good afternoon or good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Let's come together for a little bit of deep breath, a little bit of movement. Try to settle ourselves for the day ahead. We'll give ourselves a few moments to settle in and let go of everything that brought us to our mat. You might have just crawled out of bed, or maybe you've had a full day already. So let's start to let go and fully arrive. And the breath can be an anchor into the present moment. So maybe search for wherever that breath seems most easily to attend to, most easy to attend to. I always like to start with wherever it is the breath is noticeable rather than try to force a particular breathing pattern right away. So if we just let our mind settle into the body, the breath will make itself known. And from here, this is our access point into the present moment. So as we watch that next inhale rise, we can let the mind quiet, even if it's just for a moment. And as we watch that next exhale fall, we can arrive in this moment. Letting go of the noise around us, both inside us and outside of us. Letting go of any expectations of the day or of ourselves. Letting go of anything unsaid. Letting go of anything we wish we wouldn't have said. Letting go of any actions undone. Giving ourselves permission to be here on our mat. Nothing else needed from us. And needing nothing else ourselves. Let the awareness now travel from the breath into the body. Feel the sits bones making contact with the earth. Whether that be through a chair, a cushion, or a mat. Maybe you're sitting right on the earth or you're 10 stories high. Start to imagine those sits bones finding their way to the earth's crust. Connecting, grounding, rooting us in. And simultaneously, the body is sitting erect. Vertebrae resting one on top of the other. Lifting up through the back of the body, back of the neck, and out the center of the head. Begin to feel some tone and strength in the belly, supporting the ribs and the shoulders. And from this long spine, upright posture, we'll bring our right ear towards our right shoulder. Almost imagining a rainbow coming out from the center of the head, arcing over. And slowly allow the chin to drop towards the shoulder. Breathing into the back of the neck, finding that long diagonal down the sides of the cervical spine and into the left shoulder. Rotating the chin back to midline and bringing the head back to center. Continuing with that upright posture, we'll bring left ear towards left shoulder. Rainbow arcing out from the center of the head. And slowly bringing the chin towards the shoulder. Again, finding that diagonal. Breathing into the right shoulder. Letting the chin rotate back to midline and coming back to center. Chin moves towards chest. Ever so slightly, let the chin drop down. Opening the back line. Releasing that fascial line from the eyebrows all the way around the back of the head, down the sides of the spine, into the sacrum. And from here, we'll place our hands one on top of the other on the back of the head. No pressure here. We're not pressing or pushing, just simply resting the weight of the hands. And then we'll sit up tall, stacking those cervical vertebrae one right on top of the other, using your hands as if there was a wall behind you. Chin becomes parallel with the earth. With just about 5% of your effort, we're pressing the head into the hands, continuing to lengthen along the back of the neck. And with our exhale, hands float down by our sides. Big shoulder rolls here, up and back. And we'll change directions. Shoulders come from behind and roll forward. Right arm's gonna rise to the sky, reach through those fingers, and then bend at the elbow, walking the fingers down the spine. Left hand comes across to meet the right. We're gonna walk that elbow a little closer to midline as the fingertips reach a little bit closer towards the earth. Opening through the side body here, you can stay where you are or arc gently to the left. Keep the sits bones grounded into the earth as you arc over, allowing that stretch to come down through the armpit, through the rib cage, and into the right hip. And slowly make our way back to center. Gently unwind. Right hand is now going to come across the front of the body. Grab just behind that elbow and give a little bit of a pull out to the left. We don't want to press the arm directly into the body. Opening through the deltoid and rotator cuff all the way into the scapula. And slowly release. Right hand comes around the back of the body. It can land on either the sacrum or reaching for the inside of the left elbow. Rolling those shoulders down and back, keeping the heart open, releasing through the pecs. Breathing here. Important posture if you're at your computer all day. Releasing through the front of the body. And with our exhale, we'll gently unwind. The left arm's going to come up overhead, reach through the fingers, bend at the elbow. Right hand comes across to meet the elbow. We'll walk the fingers towards the earth as we reach the elbow towards the heavens. Feeling that strength and tone in the belly as we sit up tall. You're welcome to stay here or begin arcing to the right, creating space between each rib, all the way down into that left sits bone. And slowly make our way back to center. Left arm now comes around in front. We'll grab just behind the elbow. A little bit of a pull here, just enough to bring a little more information into that joint, reaching through the fingers, opening through the rotator cuff. And from here, we'll slowly release, bringing that left hand around the back of the body, either landing on sacrum or reaching for the inside of the right elbow. Again, we're gonna roll that shoulder back, releasing through the pec, opening the anterior deltoid, opening the clavicle all the way into the sternum. We'll breathe here. And slowly unwind. Let's go ahead and slide off of our cushion if we are seated up on one. We're gonna bring our feet directly out in front. Toes reach up towards the sky. Getting right up on top of those sits bones. Bring the toes up high, heels lift off the earth. Maybe even think about bringing those kneecaps back towards you, really activating through the legs. Belly's nice and strong here, and we're pressing out through the heels. Opening the back line. And with our next inhale, arms rise. Reach through the fingers, find that strength in the belly. Lots of activation here as if we're trying to lift ourselves off of the earth. And on the exhale, settle the heels back into the ground, throw the fingers way out over the toes, and we'll make our way into our first forward fold. Rolling the sits bones out behind you as you come forward. You're welcome to keep those knees bent if that feels most right for you, especially if you just rolled out of bed. Allow those knees to stay bent until the hamstrings feel that they can come into fuller length. The gaze can come to the knees. And with our next inhale, we'll place our hands just below the knees and lift for a flat back. Nice and long through the spine, ground the sits bones into the earth as we lift through the center of the head. And on the exhale, again, we'll come forward. Belly button reaches in towards the spine, creating lots of space for that forward fold and protecting the low back. Sits bones roll out behind us, and we'll take a couple of breaths here. And we'll allow our next inhale to bring us back to center, sitting up nice and tall. We're gonna bring our right ankle nice and close in towards our left sits bone. The right knee then is pointing slightly out towards the front. You're welcome to keep it out at an angle towards the corner of your mat if that feels most right for your body. Left foot comes in, we'll place the left foot in the right hand. From here, you can stay up nice and tall, keeping that knee bent, or you can extend that left leg out in front and stay here, or incorporate the twist. We want that twist to come from the belly, rotating to the left, and then maybe even reaching that left arm out behind you. Reaching through the left foot and through the left fingers, belly's nice and strong. Gaze can be over the left shoulder or just out towards the edge of your mat. One more breath here. And on the exhale, slowly release, coming back to center. We're gonna bend that left knee and bring it across the right leg. Attempting to ground both of those sits bones into the earth, sitting up nice and tall, opening through the outside of that left hip. And take a long breath here. And with our exhale, we'll attempt to stack those knees a little bit closer together if possible. Walking the heels nice and close towards the pelvis, knees come one right on top of the other. Sits bones ground into the earth, and take a long inhale as the fingertips reach out at a T. Right arm's gonna cross over left, winding those hands together. Palms come to touch. You can gently bring the fingertips towards the sky. So again, really feeling that bi-directional pull down into the earth and up into the heavens at the same time. Grounding and expanding, rooting and growing. One more breath. On the exhale, slowly release and gently unwind. We can bring our hands behind us, kind of leaning back into those hands so that we can flip-flop the feet. Left foot now comes in nice and close towards that right sits bone. Sitting up nice and tall, you're welcome to stay here, or you can place the right foot in the left hand and hang out here, or kick that left leg out in front. Using the belly to twist, or excuse me, right leg out in front. The belly twists, we gaze over the right hand. Reaching through the right heel, reaching through the right fingers. Long spine up and out the center of the head. We'll take one more breath here. And on our exhale, gently unwind. Stand that right foot just on the outside of the left leg and sit up nice and tall, opening through that right hip, grounding that right hip down into the earth. Find your breath. And then again, we'll stack those knees. So bringing the heels nice and close towards the pelvis, getting right up on top of the sits bones. Knees stand as close to one right on top of the other as possible. You might notice that one side's a lot easier than the other. Just be gentle with yourself here, letting go of those expectations. Arms reach out. Left crosses over right. Fingertips come together and we reach them towards the sky. Grounding down through our pelvis, rising up through our fingers. We'll breathe here. And with our exhale, slowly unwind. Again, those hands can come behind us. Lean back into the hands. We'll uncross the feet and then let the feet come out to a wide angle. Getting right up on top of those sits bones, hands come down in front. We're gonna lift and lengthen through the center of the head and slowly start to come forward. Maybe we just rock to the front sides of the sits bones. Maybe our hands can walk out in front a little bit further. Find what feels most right for you. And when you feel like you're about as far as your body's gonna let you go, at that point, you can drop down, head, neck, and shoulders resting towards the earth. We want to try to keep the toes towards the sky so they're not rolling in towards the earth. Breathing into the hamstrings, breathing into the adductors. We'll take one more breath here. And with our next inhale, slowly pressing back to center. We can place our hands just under the knees, helping the feet come in for Baddha Konasana. We'll wrap our fingers around our toes and take a couple of seated cat and cows, lifting through heart center on the inhale, rounding through the spine on the exhale. We'll do one more here. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, belly button in. And we'll let our next inhale bring us back to center. We're going to take a moment to find our way onto hands and knees, coming right into tabletop. Knees come directly below the hips and palms come below the shoulders. We're going to peel our belly button up and away from the earth. Again, find that tone in the belly. So we're not sucking in the belly, we're engaging the abdominal muscles. If you want a little bit more awareness on how that feels and what that means, you can press the tops of the feet into the earth and then lift the knees just about an inch or so off the ground. That modification will help activate the core. You can try to keep that activation while you bring the knees back to the earth. We're going to shift the weight onto the right and extend the left foot out behind us. Right arm reaches out in front, finding bird dog. Reach through the fingers and reach through the heel. Again, belly's nice and strong. One more breath. And on the exhale, right hand's gonna come back to the earth. Left leg will stay where it is. We'll slowly bring this left leg across the right side of the body and then press the toes into the ground. Our gaze is over the right shoulder. We're gazing back at the foot, releasing through that left hip and up the side body. And with our exhale, left foot comes all the way up to the outside of the left pinky finger. The left knee is directly over the ankle. We're going to curl our right toes under and lift through the back of the right knee. You're welcome to keep that knee on the earth if that feels more appropriate. Right hand stays where it is. Left arm reaches for the sky. Enjoying a twist here. Keep that left knee tucked in nice and close to the body as we reach through the fingers. One more breath here, starting to build a little fire. And with our exhale, we'll unwind. Right knee comes back down to the earth and left foot steps back. We'll shift into child's pose. Take a deep breath here. And our next inhale brings us back to tabletop. Strong belly, long spine. Right leg extends out behind, left arm out in front. Finding bird dog. Really reaching through those fingers, lots of activation in the right leg and the left hand. And we'll leave the leg where it is, bringing the left hand to the earth. Right leg comes across the left side of the body, press the toes into the ground, and we'll gaze over our left shoulder. And as we release, this right foot's gonna come all the way up to the outside of the right pinky finger. Curl the left toes under, lift through the back of that left knee. Pressing the left hand into the earth, right arm reaches for the heavens. Find your breath here. Again, this right knee wants to stay in nice and close, being mindful that it doesn't jet out to the side. Lots of activation through the quad. One more breath. And slowly release. From here, we're gonna step right foot back and find plank. One breath in plank, and our exhale will bring us into downward dog. Heels come towards the earth, sits bones reach towards the sky. And breathe here. Allowing your downward dog to be organic this morning. So if you prefer the knees to stay bent, or maybe pedal out the feet from left to right. And from here, we'll walk our hands back to meet the feet, finding Uttanasana. First forward fold here, letting the upper body dangle, maybe a gentle shake of the head, yes. Or shake the head, no. Arms can dangle towards the earth. And with our inhale, we'll place the hands just below the knees and lift for a flat back. Again, that strong activated belly comes in here, long spine. Exhale, release, soften the knees. We're gonna roll to standing. Take that one vertebrae at a time. No rush, getting up to your mountain. When you're ready, let those shoulders roll down and back. Lift through the center of the head, soften the knees, and we'll breathe here. We're gonna take one more long, deep breath here in our mountain. And with our inhale, arms rise. Palms come to touch. Gently press the palms into one another as we fold forward, opening through the chest, opening through the upper back, all the way down into our forward fold. Inhale into a half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Walk the hands out for downward dog. Right foot flies to the sky, and then bring the foot all the way up in between the hands. We're gonna plant our feet for warrior two. Rise up, gaze out over the right fingers. Soft shoulders, long arms. Right knee directly above or somewhere behind the ankle. Settle into your warrior. And with our exhale, we'll find peaceful warrior. Right arm rises. Lifting heart center, opening the side body. On the inhale, we'll find warrior two. Strong transition into crescent lunge. Arms rise to the sky. We'll come up on those left toes. Rotating the pelvis so it's facing the skinny edge of the mat. Reaching through the fingers, strong belly. And with our exhale, hands come to the earth. We'll step back and find plank. You're also welcome to find tabletop or child's pose. And we'll take chaturanga all the way to the earth or knees, chest, and chin. Next inhale, we'll find cobra. Lift through the heart, peel the belly up and away from the earth. And as you're ready, make your way back into downward dog. You can come up through upward dog, you can come through tabletop, or maybe even press into child's pose. And with our next inhale, left foot flies to the sky. Bring the left foot all the way up in between the hands. Again, we're rising up for warrior two. Strong in those left quads as we rise up. Soft shoulders, long fingers. Attempting to keep the chest directly above the hips so that we're not leaning out towards that left knee. Stand up nice and tall, shoulders are soft. And we find peaceful warrior, left arm rises. One more breath here. And we'll inhale into warrior two. And we'll find that strong transition. We'll come up on the right toes, arms rise, rotating the pelvis so we're facing the skinny edge of the mat. Lifting through the back of that right knee. One more breath. And the exhale brings us to the earth. We'll step back for downward dog. And from here, release into child's pose. Knees come down, forehead to the earth. You're welcome to bring your hands back by your feet, letting the shoulders roll down. One more long breath here. And we'll inhale into hero. As we sit up tall, let the sits bones land in between the heels. Knees are out in front. Hands are resting on the thighs. Strong belly here, lift through the center of the head. Gaze can be out towards the top of your mat, or you're welcome to shut the eyes. We'll take one more breath here. And slowly make your way onto hands and knees. Curling the toes under, sits bones rise to the sky, downward dog. And from here, we'll walk our hands back to meet the feet. Pull forward, fold. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, fold forward. We're gonna rotate up to standing, one vertebrae at a time. So gentle transition here, soften the knees, belly stays strong in towards the spine. And we're slowly stacking the vertebrae. Rolling the shoulders down and back. Lifting through the center of the head, and we find our mountain. Grounding the feet into the earth. Lifting through the center of the head. Soft fingers, soft shoulders. One more breath here. And arms rise. Palms come to touch. We fold forward, gently pressing the hands into one another all the way down. Placing the hands just below the knees, we'll lift for a flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Soften those knees so the hands can walk out for downward dog. Right foot flies to the sky, point through the toes, bring the right foot all the way up in between the hands, and we're coming right into that crescent lunge. Arms rise, lifting through the fingers, right knees directly above or somewhere behind the ankle. We're up on the left toes. Long, strong belly here, gentle tuck in the tailbone so that we can stand up nice and tall. Again, we want to be mindful that we're not leaning forward and we're not arcing back. So find that neutral place. On the exhale, hands come to heart center. We'll bring the left elbow down to that right knee. Gently press the hands into one another. If it's comfortable for you, you can gaze over the right elbow. One more breath. Strong transition back into crescent lunge with the inhale. Hands come to heart center, and then they rise to the sky. Exhale, hands to the earth. We'll step back for plank. Again, tabletop or child's pose is always welcome. We're gonna lower to the earth, either through knees, chest, and chin, or chaturanga. Inhale finds cobra. Exhale, make your way into downward dog. We'll all meet up here. You're welcome to come into child's pose for a moment. You're welcome to hang out in tabletop instead of your downward dog. Whatever feels most right on your body. And with our next inhale, left foot flies to the sky. We'll bring it all the way through, up in between the hands. Again, we're gonna come right into that crescent lunge. Arms rise, reach through those fingers. Square off the hips, long, strong spine, gentle tuck in that tailbone. Really opening through those hip flexors on the right. Quads are nice and strong here for balance, and belly is active. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Right elbow lands on left knee. Gently press the palms into one another, and if it's comfortable for you, gaze over the left elbow. Strong transition back into crescent. Hands come through heart center, and then arms rise. Soft shoulders, strong in the glutes. One more breath. And exhale brings our hands to the earth. We'll step back and find downward dog. Last one this morning. Heels reach towards the earth. Sits bones reach towards the sky. And then slowly walk the hands back to meet the feet. Inhale, we find a half lift. And exhale, we fold forward. We're going to turn our toes to face out at about a 45-degree angle from the edge of the mat. And then from here, our sits bones are going to come to the earth and we find a squat. Hands to heart center. You're welcome to keep your hands on the earth. You're welcome to place bolsters under the heels. You're welcome to keep the heels up. Lots of variations here for our squat. Breathing in Nalasana, lifting through the center of the head. One more breath. And with our exhale, hands come to the earth. We're going to make our way into child's pose. Breathe here. And as you're ready, lower all the way down onto your belly and take a moment to roll over onto your back. We're going to allow our knees to stay bent, heels stay nice and close in towards the pelvis. Right ankle is going to cross on top of the left quad, and then that left leg is going to come in towards us. We'll place our hands on the hamstrings of that left leg, and then extend the left foot to the sky. Reaching through the heel. Breathe here. And with our exhale, gently bend the knee and then place the left foot on the earth. We're going to keep that right ankle kind of glued into the left quad and then drop the right foot all the way to the earth. We're in a gentle twist here. Arms can stay extended out. Right foot's planted, right knee's bent. And we're on the pinky toe edge of that left leg. You're welcome to gaze over the right hand if you want to bring that twist all the way up into the cervical spine. One more deep breath here. And with your next inhale, we'll stand the left knee and gently unwind. Left ankle comes on top of the right quad, flex the left foot. Right foot leg comes in towards us. We're gonna place our hands on those right hamstrings. Extend the right foot to the sky. Reach through that right heel. Breathing into the left hip. Breathing into the right back line. And slowly release that right foot to the earth. Again, we're gonna keep the left ankle attached onto the right quad and then bring the left foot down to the earth. Arms extend out. Gaze is welcome to come over the left shoulder. So our left foot is planted, left knee is bent, and we're on the pinky toe edge of the right leg. And with our next inhale, gently stand the right foot and unwind. We're going to bring our knees into the chest, take a mindful head to knee. We're going to pull those knees in towards us and then press the knees away as we tuck the chin, creating space along the back of the body. And then lower all the way down. Our feet come to the earth and then extend those feet to the bottom of the mat. Arms raise up overhead. We're going to take a full body stretch. Reach through the fingers, reach through the toes. And on the exhale, let the hands come down by your sides. We're going to let the feet flop open. Palms are resting, so they're open to the space in the room. The knuckles are holding up the hands. Sacrum's holding the pelvis. The back of the head is resting gently on the earth. As our body recognizes the shift into Shavasana, we can let our mind follow, finding stillness, finding ease. Eyes can close if they aren't there already. Maybe place the tongue right behind the front two teeth. Allow the jaw and the face to rest. And notice wherever it is in the body that you most easily feel your breath. Maybe you're noticing the movement of air across the nose or upper lip. Maybe you're noticing a shift in the way your clothes feel on your body as you extend into the inhale and release into the exhale. Maybe you're noticing a shift in energy all the way to the fingertips or toes as the inhale nourishes every cell in the body. The exhale releases any toxins or tensions. And let your mind become increasingly curious about this space in the body. Let the inner workings of the mind, the desire for thoughts, focus on becoming more and more curious, more and more intimate with the breath. Allow the body to remain in stillness. Nothing more than to simply be. If you notice that the mind wanders off to thoughts other than of what's happening inside the body, just invite it back. Again, find the breath. I'm curious about the inhale, the pause, the exhale. And let that curiosity now travel down into the toes. Notice what you notice. Gently allow movement to come into the toes. Maybe point or flex. Extend the toes in all directions. Again, rolling the ankles. Dropping both feet towards the right and then towards the left. And again, find stillness. And let your awareness travel into the palms of the hands. Slowly curl the fingers in with a gentle squeeze. And unfurl the fingers. When you're ready, slowly can begin moving onto one side. Maybe bringing knees in towards chest. Resting here. And we'll use our next inhale to press us up into a comfortable seated position. Maybe cross-legged on your mat or perched upon your cushion. Feeling the sits bones again make contact with the earth. Stacking the vertebrae, lifting through the center of the head. Feeling rooted and grounded, yet open and expansive. With our next inhale, arms rise to the sky, breathing in the merit and the abundance of our practice. Palms come to touch on the exhale, hands come to heart center. I want to thank you all for coming out and practicing with us. Enjoy your day of inspiration and information. A wonderful time at the conference, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Be well.